Visiting a police station can be a very scary and daunting experience at first. However, in today's video, we're going to be looking at some of your rights and obligations during a voluntary police interview. A voluntary police interview, or an interview under caution, is a formal conversation between you and the police, and it will usually take place in a police station. The interview itself is conducted in a less formal way than an interview under arrest. However, anything you do say within the interview can still be used as evidence against you in any subsequent criminal proceedings. You will be formally cautioned, and if this does not happen, then anything you do say during the interview may be inadmissible as evidence by a court. If you are asked to attend a voluntary police interview, then it usually means that they suspect you of some involvement in a crime. Now, depending on the outcome of the interview, you can either be arrested and charged with a crime, or you will be let go. If you're called in for a voluntary police interview, you are not being arrested and you do not have to consent to being interviewed. Now, before you are asked to consent to being interviewed, the police interviewer must tell you about your rights, your entitlements, and safeguards that will take place during the interview. You can leave at any time during this process unless you are arrested. Now, if the police interviewer needs consent from you or someone else to stay, then the interview must be stopped, and the police interviewer, he must leave if you or the other person withdraw their consent. It is free to access legal support during police interviews. If you want a solicitor during your voluntary interview, then you will tell the police interviewer. The police, they must comply with the rules known as the Code of Practice, and you can ask to read these. You'll want to read PACE Code C, as this deals with the detention, treatment and questioning of suspects not related to terrorism in police custody. If you are asked questions about a suspected offence, you do not need to say anything during the interview, but this could work against you if you do not mention something you want to later rely on in court. Everything you do say during a police interview can be used in court as evidence. The police interviewer must tell you about the offence the police think you have committed and why they need to interview you. If you need an interpreter or need documents translated, ask the police interviewer. They must get someone to do this, and it is free of charge. Tell the police interviewer if you are not British and you want to contact your embassy or consulate to ask them to help you. This is also free of charge too. If your case goes to court, you or your solicitor, they will have the right to see the prosecution evidence before the court hearing.